Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Diamond Dreams. It is Priestess of the River Eagle, aka Ms.Z. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. If you would, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Comment down below which one you chose. I love to read the comments. A couple of announcements, important announcements. Of course, if you did not catch my last video, check that out. But in the last video, I mentioned that Spirits of the North Divination deck is now available for pre-order again, okay? So I don't know how many more rounds we're going to go. I never know, all right? So you guys email me and ask me, when is Spirits of the North coming back? I never know. Now is your opportunity to get Spirits of the North. And this time for the anniversary, I have added in one of the cards that was left out of the original version. So that's the bonus that you get with this. And shout out to everybody who has put their order in so far. I really appreciate you. Also, we have a few things in the shop. We have a few, I believe he has a few, I'm not sure, but they are double Crowry ancestral bracelets. So if you're interested in that, please check that out. Those are protection bracelets and it goes on both sides. I actually have one, I just don't have it on now. But this is still the protection bracelet. It just has my ancestral tag on it. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not sure. I think we still have a few. Yes, we do still have a few Dreamcatchers on the shop, and those are handmade and consecrated to the feathers. So yeah, if you are interested, please check that out and take advantage of Spirits of the North while it is available, because I'm only getting limited quantities, guys. So this is a reading for a yes or no, response and question. And I'm also going to give general advice. And the reason that I'm doing this reading is because I have another divination that goes along with the Inyoni Oracle that will be added to the website. So before I put it up there, I thought maybe you guys could get a little bit of, what it's like to get that type of reading with the shells. It is called the Inyoni shell reading. When you look on my booking website, it should be up there. If not tomorrow, probably by Monday, because I still have to get a few things. But I do have permission to read with it today. So it is like a branch off. I don't want to say it's less than the bigger oracle, but it is not as full as the bigger oracle. My big Inyoni oracle that tells everything that you need to know, but it's still very powerful. And it also gives kind of more direct answers, more yes or no answers, and it also adds advice to it. But it also has in these oracles totems and things of that nature. So it's not, please don't compare it to any other shell reading and things like that. The Inyoni is a separate practice, okay, for the priestesses and priests of the bird. So yeah, it's a little different, but it's very direct and it's very accurate. So today I'm going to be adding this into the reading. So I do have pals for you guys. I wasn't going to do any pals, but just to give you some general focus, and you also get extra advice with the cards. You can choose from pal 1, pal 2, or pal 3. So don't focus on the shells yet. Pal 1, pal 2, or pal 3. So pick whichever pile resonates with you. They all look the same. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into pile number 1. Oh, and also think of a question, okay? Before we get into this, think of your question in the form of a yes or no response, okay? And this is going to be a quick reading, right? Quick and direct. All right, let's get started. All right, for pile number 1. All right, let's see what is your answer. So think of your question, breathe deeply in and out, and let's see. And we're also going to get, again, the extra advice. And I'm going to try to keep it as general as possible because I don't know your question, right? All right, let's go. Spirit says that you asked, a question that you already know the answer to, okay? So this pile, Spirit honestly allows you to figure things out on your own a lot, and you doubt yourself way too much, okay? So it's funny because I know you're looking for a yes or a no, but it's like you asked this question kind of knowing in your heart what the answer was. Whatever it was, it's like you already kind of knew. But you asking for extra confirmation. So basically, Spirit is saying that you are very, and did we get, no, we did not. Did we? I don't think we did, no. Okay, yeah. So, Spirit is saying that you're very wise. You're intellectual, more than likely spiritual. Okay. I mean, everybody who chooses these readings be spiritual, but I'm just saying, when I say that, I mean gifted, more than likely gifted, if they're allowing you to answer the questions for yourself at this time in your life. Spirit says to clarify, whatever you put your hands in, like, you're in a fertile time period, okay? So whatever you put your hands in, it will bring wealth. It will bring abundance in all folds of your life, okay? So again, this does not have to be related to the question that you're asking. I'm just giving the extra advice that they want to give you, because they said that you knew the answer to the question that you asked, okay? But at the same time, they're saying whatever you do is going to be blessed because you're in a spirit of fertility. You're in fertile grounds right now. All right, so let's see. Yeah, you always seeking and finding answers, right? But Spirit is asking you to look within, okay? Put your trust in yourself and not in other people when it comes to what you need for you, like, let's say for instance, you want to do something completely different from a group that you have joined. It's okay, even if there isn't, a possibility in their eyes that it could be done. If you feel like you can do it, then that's all you need. Okay. Spirit has given you that. They're saying that you're wise enough to make these decisions on your own, and they trust you. They trust you regardless if everybody else has turned their back against you. So basically, it's weird, but it's like they're giving you the torch in some type of way to make solid decisions on your own. And that that takes a certain amount of trust from your spirit guides to believe in you like that, because if you were, I'm not saying we don't have addictions, we all have addictions in some type of way, right? But if you are addicted to something like drugs or something like that, then it's like, well, I probably can't trust this person. But Spirit is really putting their faith in you, regardless if you make mistakes or not, to make the right decision, because you know what you need to do for you, all right? But yeah, Spirit is saying whatever you are seeking, you will find, and you're going to find it within yourself, really. Spirit is also saying light a candle so that you have clarity, because you kind of go back and forth. But again, this pal is a wise pal. And honestly, even though it did not come up, this is the oracle of the owl spirit, okay? In this pal. So that means that very, very psychic, very intuitive, you know the answers. And speaking of which, Ashe. Okay. So there's an added messages to this pile because the vulture spirit is here. Okay, and that's the mother. So the mother is saying that this pile, you actually have a calling, okay? And I don't be wanting to go so deep because, again, I know that this is not that type of reading, but then again, it is. Because if you get a personal reading with me, this is how it's going to be, all right? When the spirits show up, I have to give you the answers. So the vulture is telling me that you guys have a strong calling, okay? You were strongly gifted, either as a child or later in your life, but you were strongly gifted with sight, okay? So you see a lot of things done in the dark, all right? And this is not to scare you. It's just so that you can be aware. Spirit trusts you with these type of powers, whether you want them or not, okay? And some things, again, that you ask about, you know the answer to. So if you're asking somebody as a friend or a foe or, this and that and the third, you kind of know based off how they're treating you and based off what you see in your dreams and in your visions. Like, things are just very clear for you. You may deny it, but it's very clear for you because Spirit gave you that gift. And make no mistake, if Mother Vulture shows up, I know that you are blessed with gifts, okay? All right, and that you're chosen in some type of way. But if you need clarity, they're saying to light a candle. All right, so that is it for pile 1. So it's not really a yes or no, it's just you know the answer, all right? You know the answer to what you're asking. So whatever you were leaning more towards, that's what you need to go with. The Spirit is trusting you to find it. All right, so let's go on to pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. And that was a longer rattle than the first pile because I feel like you needed it. Okay. So let's see. What is your question? Take a deep breath in and out. Okay. However long you need. And then let's go ahead and see what Spirit says to your answer. And again, I'm going to try to keep it general. Okay. So that, because I don't know your question. So. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. All right. Now, I don't know what the question is, but Spirit is saying that, you might have expected a yes, but you're getting a no. All right. And let me see. The reason why is because there's two different messages, okay? So you have to apply, excuse me, I'm having a hard time talking. You have to apply what resonates with your question, all right? So the first response is the fact that don't act impulsively, okay? Don't act impulsively on whatever it is that you are seeking, okay? Spirit is saying that you have to look at things thoroughly before you make a solid decision on this, okay? I'm going to clarify, but at the same time, Spirit is saying, don't impulsively act on your emotion and don't let it override your intuition, okay? Because like I said, it seems like you were expecting a yes, but you're getting a no. And I don't know if this is a good no or, a bad no for whoever asked. It might be a good no. To where it's like, okay, let me think about it for a minute before I, invest in whatever this is, okay? And you have, your ancestors watching you in this pile. So they don't just let you make, any type of decision, all right? Yeah, it's still a no. They're saying, yeah, there's some type of conflict, and I don't want to use the word conflict because again, it could be a good no, but in any sense, they're just saying that whatever this path that you're trying to take is like it's like a roadblock where they're trying to stop you from doing something when it comes to this, because you need to rethink some things. You need to do what's best for your alignment, what's going to bring you expansion, what's going to put you in new ventures, what's going to open up doors for you, okay? So if it is something to where it's like, should I do this? Is this going to help me expand? Spirit is saying, no, you're going to have to do something else to help you expand, or, if you take this route, it's going to be a challenge, okay? Because I don't even look at yes and no's like if I say no, that's just the end all be all. It might be that way for me, but for you, you can still choose to do that what you want to do. But at the end of the day, they're saying there's going to be a challenge with this decision if you choose to make it, okay? So let's look at the advice here. All right, Ashe. Now, I haven't looked at these cards now. You got welcome to change and usable energy. Now, what did I just say? Okay. Doing things that are going to bring you expansion, usable energy. And you also have welcome to change. Now, I don't know if this is related to your question because this is just extra advice. But in this case, it's actually adding on to what I'm saying. They're speaking about you need to do things that are in alignment with where you are right now and that won't bring conflict, okay? Certain paths that you might want to take may, create roadblocks for you in the long run. So they're saying, hey, leave it where it's at and take another route. Do what's going to be best in alignment for you. So it's not like a no, like you shouldn't do it, da-da-da. It's like, you don't have to go down that route. It's like biking it to work versus having a car to work. And I'm in a, area where we use cars, not everybody does. But at the same time, it's like over here, it's going to take you a minute unless you're living down the street from your job. So taking that car will get you there faster than taking that bike. So it's like you can take the bike, but you might have, some issues. You might be wore out, things like that. So look at it like what's going to be most beneficial for me at this time, whatever your question is, okay? But yeah, so the answer is no for this pal. All right, but with love and light. So let's go on to pile number 3. All right, last but not least, pile number 3. Okay, you got ancestors speaking to you. All right, so for this pile, again, take a deep breath in and out, present your question in a yes or no format, and let's see what the spirits have to say. Again, I'm going to keep it general, just for the sake of this type of reading, but in your personal reading, we'll go a little bit deeper, but it's still going to be quick in a personal reading, but at the same time, I have to be as general as possible because more than one person may be watching, right? So let's see what they have to say. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Okay. And it's like a hell yeah. Okay. So whether, but I don't know if the yes is a good yes or a bad yes for you. So I'm just trying to keep it general, but it is, normally this would be a good yes. And whatever, the question may be, it's normally a good yes. Overall, things will be prosperous for you. But also, I want to remind you that, speaking of spirits of the north, the ancestors are really watching over you. They're really watching over the things that you do, and they're very, very proud of you, okay? There are still doors that you need to unlock when it comes to, like, understanding certain spirits that you work with. It could be spirits of the water, spirits of the trees, whatever it is for you personally. But there are still spirits that are like, there's still a door, and your ancestors are actually going to get you there. They're going to introduce you to these spirits. They're going to help you to understand how to speak with these spirits, because they say not all spirits speak the same. So in a spiritual way, there's going to be new doors opening up for you. And that's just your general message. But also, if I had to say, because like I said, I don't know your question, but if I had to say, if you're asking about abundance or anything like that, it definitely looks positive for you. Okay. All right. So, and relationships too. But let's look at the extra advice. Okay. Yep, I told you, and I didn't even look at these cards. Like, take a breath, advance. Like, you probably overthink things a lot, but things are actually going in your favor. Okay, like I said, I don't know whether you ask for a good yes, or if this is a good yes for you or a bad yes for you. But if it is a good yes for you, then hey, this is just adding on to that energy. But even so, I said these are separate from this. Just depending on you, it means that you will advance. Things will go great for you, especially with this war bonnet. These eagle feathers are earned, right? Through certain periods of life, through, earning certain stripes on you. So it's like everything is going in the right direction for you, and you have no choice but to get higher. And your ancestors are going to take you there. So they're like, take a breath, no worries, things are going in the right direction. But all right, guys, so that is pretty much it. Again, if you want to book this type of reading, it is called the Inyoni shell reading. It may be up tomorrow, but like I said, I still have to get a few things. But I'm still able to do the reading regardless, but it's just things I have to get. But still, this is the Inyoni shell reading, and the other reading is the Inyoni oracle reading. If you're interested, the oracle reading, gives a lot more detail of things, especially when it comes to like witchcraft and, if you want to know what's hidden, things like that. And you can pretty much ask it anything, but this is going to give you those quick and direct answers, those black and white answers. And I also tell you other things about yourself too. So if you're interested, check that out. But all right, peace out, guys.